to the Wellington Webb Municipal Office Building, home of Dottie's Learning and Earning Annex, powered by COMTO, Colorado. The Learning and Earning Annex is a space for training personnel and networking opportunities. As a nonprofit organization, COMTO Colorado is supported entirely by sponsors, grants, and our members. Annual sponsorships provide training, access, and opportunity within the community, helping further programs that strengthen and expand the roles of minorities in transportation. The Learning and Earning Annex will help us fulfill our mission by promoting expanding roles for minorities and facilitating the link between public, private, and academic institutions to support professional development. We'd like to thank our 2020 sponsors, including Diamond Level sponsors Kiewit and RTD, P&H Equipment, and WSP for their Silver Level sponsorships. Let's not forget about our Copper Level sponsor, Land Acquisition Services, and we'd like to give a huge thanks to our Chapter's first 2021 Diamond sponsor, WSP. Your generous contributions help fulfill our mission to provide scholarships and access to employment, career, and contract opportunities for minorities and women within the transportation industry.
Good day, everyone. I'm Ulyss Cleckley, Executive Director of the Denver Department of Transportation and Infrastructure and current chapter president of the Colorado chapter of COMTO. We are coming to you today with a special edition of our COMTO Lit podcast, otherwise known as COMTO Leaders in Transportation podcast. We're doing this on behalf of recognizing all of our sponsors that really have helped support the COMTO Colorado chapter over the past year. And so we had to talk to all of the sponsors and to discuss all of the great ways that they've been able to support the chapter and learn a little bit about some of the leaders that are representing some of our sponsors. And so just remember, the Lit podcast is here to make sure that you hear from and you learn from some of the great leaders in the transportation industry. So today we're here and we're proud to present to you Mr. Michael Unger, who is the Senior Vice President at WSP and is one of our fantastic sponsors. So Michael, welcome to the Lit podcast. How you doing?
I'm doing well. Thanks for having me, Ulyss. Appreciate it.
Well, very good. So why don't you give us a little bit of background about your company, your organization, and the services that WSP provides?
WSP is an international consulting engineering firm. We really provide a whole gamut of engineering services related to the built environment. My particular specialty is in the transportation practice, where we work on all sorts of projects from highways, roadways, airports, transit, ports, and marines, really the whole spectrum of the transportation practice.
Wonderful. So I mentioned that you're the Senior Vice President. What's kind of your day-to-day responsibilities there at WSP?
So my day-to-day responsibilities are really around business development and working with WSP's great staff and team, getting out in the community, working with our clients such as the City and County of Denver, CDOT, some other DOTs in our region, really working with them to help deliver some of their biggest and most important transportation projects.
Great, fantastic. And we appreciate your partnership. We appreciate WSP's work in not only the Denver region, but quite frankly, probably throughout the state. What is the importance of, from your mindset, around having WSP be a sponsor of COMTO and specifically your role in helping support COMTO and its vision?
WSP has a pretty strong commitment to the COMTO organization. We really try to support the chapters in all of the markets that we work in. Particularly, here in Colorado, I find it's incredibly important. It's a great organization for us to be involved in, to really help work with our community, both as professionals and in the broader community. It's really important to WSP is supporting all sizes of companies and all from all backgrounds. We really believe that, it's not just about us and our projects and the projects that we work on. It's really important to support the business community and give opportunities for other firms to grow and work together as a team. It's important for our longevity. It's important for the diversity in our market. And it's just really good, solid business practices. So it's something that we really tried to be behind really since WSP was founded. For myself, I started out and worked for a small firm and understand what the struggles are for that, plus what value they can bring and how we can partner together to make each other stronger. So it's something that I'm very passionate about in my own professional career is helping other firms grow and become all that they can be.
And that's awesome. I mean, it's at the organizational level and at the individual level. And to the extent for you, I mean, you've accepted a board position with Colorado chapter. So we appreciate your service there and truly appreciate the value that WSP brings and how they've seen value in participating in the organization's activities. And so last question here for those organizations that may not be involved just yet with the COMTO Colorado chapter or COMTO as a whole, or individuals that haven't had the opportunity to participate in the chapter's activities. What's the one or two things you would encourage, an aspiring prospect here to actually join the chapter?
I think some of the most one of the most important things that COMTO Colorado is providing is just the opportunity to network and get to know each other, and certainly educational opportunities. One of the things that I found very valuable through this time of COVID, when we're kind of working remotely, it's harder to get together at events. Is the Bagels and Businesses on Fridays, where we get together with firms of all sizes and just get to talk and get to know each other and have those conversations. And I think that's the real value of an organization like COMTO, is the diversity of people that you get a chance to meet and interact and learn from. Just in the time that I've been on the board, I've learned so much from you and the other board members, and the presentations that we've had, the panel discussions that have been held. Just gain a lot of insight into what other people are doing and how they're coping with some of the challenges that we have and where their opportunities are. I'd really encourage, whether it's a large firm or an individual proprietor, right, get involved. It's a chance to meet people, to bounce ideas, to learn, and really just kind of help us grow in our profession.
Awesome. That's well said and well appreciated. So Michael, we really appreciate your service on the board. Appreciate the WSP sponsorship, and I look forward to a continued partnership as we move forward. So thank you and happy holidays to you and your family.
Thanks, you too. And we really appreciate our opportunity to be involved in COMTO and appreciate your leadership, Ulyss.
All right, appreciate that. Thank you. Till next time.
See ya.
Next up, we have another wonderful sponsor for the COMTO Colorado chapter. We have Ms. Kelly Kelly, who is the Director of Business Development and Strategy for Aviation and Transit for Kiewit. And so, Ms. Kelly, welcome to the COMTO Colorado Lit podcast. How are you doing?
I'm fantastic. Thanks for having me.
Well, very good. Very good. Thanks for joining us. So explain a little bit about what Kiewit does.
Kiewit is a large general contractor. In fact, I would venture to say a premier general contractor in our industry. I work specifically for the Kiewit Infrastructure Engineers, which is part of our engineering group. Our specific focus in that group is alternative delivery projects across North America. So major infrastructure work, roadways, highways, bridges, airports, you name it. If it's infrastructure related, we can deliver it.
Wonderful. Wonderful. And you're one of the larger contractors here that does a lot of work in the Denver metropolitan region and through the state. And I'm sure you have other markets outside of Colorado as well. So appreciate your partnership there when delivering some great projects. So I'd like to hear a little bit about your organization's participation within the COMTO organization and the value that you see that Kiewit brings and the value that Kiewit assumes from participating in COMTO and specifically the COMTO chapter. So explain a little bit about the history and why it's important for a company like yours to be involved in COMTO's activities.
Gladly. So I'm new to Kiewit. So I've only been here for about a year. And our involvement with Kiewit has far preceded my employment here. So number of years we've been involved. I don't know the exact number, but I know that COMTO has been an important part of how we connect to the community for many years. So aside from my time at Kiewit, I'm thrilled to say that I've been a part of the COMTO family for many years. I would say that I almost grew up in COMTO. So for the last, 9 or so years, I've been involved in one aspect or another, whether it be the scholarship committee or some other volunteer activity. Since I've come on board with Kiewit, I've had the privilege of joining the executive board. That's just been a great experience. It's exciting to see the organization grow and take on a new direction. to really enhance our involvement and engagement within the community.
Wonderful, and definitely appreciate your involvement at the board level. Bring a lot of great energy to our board discussions, and you know, we want to take that energy on to advance the chapter. So appreciate your service there. So last question. Since Kiwa's been involved within COMTO, you've been involved in COMTO. For those individuals or businesses, large and small, that haven't had the opportunity to enjoy participating in COMTO's activities, what things can you mention to encourage an individual, professional in the industry, or even small or large businesses to participate in the great and wonderful COMTO organization?
Well, and I'll just start off with just that. COMTO is a wonderful and great organization. And at the roots of all business relationships is just that, relationships. And so COMTO has really proven to be a great vehicle for building, cultivating, strengthening relationships. It's been, again, I've been a part of this organization for about a decade, and COMTO is very much like family. And so aside from just the connectivity, the ability to network and grow relationships, the access that we gain to um, firms that we're interested in partnering with, individuals that are a part of various agencies. And so I just think that COMTO offers tremendous programming, tremendous relationship building and networking opportunities.
So, Ms. Kelly, definitely appreciate your service, appreciate your sponsorship, and look forward to continued partnership moving forward. So, thanks for your time today, and happy holidays to you and your family.
Happy holidays and thanks for having me.
All right, great. So we'd like to introduce another wonderful sponsor that we have for the Compton, Colorado chapter. We have Miss Hortensia Villano, who is a managing partner of P&H. And so, Hortensia, so happy to have you here at Compton Lit Podcast. So how are you doing?
Very good, very good. Thank you for having me.
All right, fantastic. So tell us a little bit about your company, services that you provide, and your specific kind of day-to-day role in your company.
We're a roadway construction company, small business. We build roads, and we'll do anything from subway prep, curb gutter, sidewalk, to build your road, asphalt. We not just roads, but parking lots, school buildings, you name it. That's basically what we do. My role is a what is called a regulatory manager. So I make sure that we have the proper permits um, for a project, and make sure that we have that our company has the proper certifications in order to do what we need to do, safety wise. So I kind of oversee all of that project wise for our company.
Great, wonderful, wonderful. And so, how long have you been there with the company?
Actually, this year we'll be celebrating 14 years strong as a
Wow,
P&H equipment.
very good, very good. So congratulations on that milestone there. So I know you've been involved in Comto over some time. So explain a little bit about your company's involvement within Comto and the benefits thereof, and then you know, individually, you know, what you've seen in terms of value of being involved in Comto's activities.
You're taking me way back. I've been involved with COMTO for, gosh, over 10 years, 12 years. Originally board member, then that went on to being the secretary at one point, on to vice president, and currently the third vice as part of the transitioning team. So COMTO, to me, the reason I've been in it so long is because I like the atmosphere that COMTO brings. Had the opportunity to attend several national, um, uh, on a national level, the meetings that we have, the annual meetings that we have, and it's great. I think that COMTO not only helps a small business get together, um, talk and learn about our best practices as small businesses, and gives us the opportunity to connect with, you know, the RTDs, the CDOTs, the City and County of Denver, but also on a national level. If you're interested in going national, those connections are there. The mentorship, the partnership is great. So to me, COMTO, what stands out about COMTO is not just local, but national as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And your involvement over the past decade and your involvement at some of the leadership levels within the chapter is greatly appreciated. You've helped kind of transition the turnover and the administration for the chapter very well, and I appreciate all your time and energy and quite frankly your wisdom about how we can kind of come in and take what you've done and move it along even further. So definitely appreciate your time, your energy, and continuing to support the chapter. Those individuals or small or large businesses that may not be aware of COMTO or haven't chosen to yet participate in COMTO's activities and the like, what would you tell them about the Colorado chapter of COMTO to encourage them to join this great organization?
I think that the Colorado chapter gives us, the small business, an opportunity to have a one-on-one, not just, again, with us as a small business, but like family. I like to say that COMTO is like family. You attend a membership, or we used to attend last year, and so forth, membership meetings, and we knew each other. It was like families. And we talked about how's it going with you, and have you done business with so and so? Yes and no, and how has that helped you? What should I be looking for? So I think COMTO brings that family togetherness, is what I like to say.
Yeah, and I've seen it. And you're exactly right. I think we're all here to support each other moving forward, and that's what family's about. So I'd like to say, Hortensia, thank you for your time. Thank you for your sponsorship. Thank you for your partnership. Thank you again for your wisdom to helping myself and the rest of our transition team here for the chapter. I kind of advance the vision and the mission of COMTO as a whole, and particularly the chapter. So I wish you a happy holiday, and thank you again for your time and your sponsorship.
Thank you, Lewis, for having me.
Right, great. And so our next great sponsor here for the Colorado chapter is Ms. Lachelle Coffey, who is the principal and owner of Land Acquisition Services. So Lachelle, happy to have you here on COMTO Lit Podcast. How are you doing?
I'm well, thank you, Eunice. It's great to be here.
So, Lachelle, many of us know you as being the past president of the COMTO Colorado chapter. Give a breakdown a little bit about the company that you're a part of, the services that are being provided, and kind of what's your day-to-day role in that company.
Absolutely. We provide land acquisition right-of-way services for mostly transportation and utility-related projects. So we acquire the land rights so that a project can actually be built. I like to always say that until we've done our part, construction can't take place. So got to have the land, build the project.
Yeah. Absolutely, and there's a lot of complexities in identifying not only the proper land, the right of way, and the like, but the whole process to acquire it. So definitely appreciate you stepping into that space because it's a unique one that most businesses don't even entertain.
Yeah, so
Yep.
I was going to say my day-to-day function is to provide oversight management on most of those transportation projects just across the state. So that's what I do day-to-day.
Wonderful, wonderful. I know you're very involved in the Colorado chapter of COMTO. Been involved for some time. And again, I mentioned that you're the past president. What do you think the value of an individual and a business being a part of the COMTO Colorado chapter and COMTO as a whole?
I would say the value of being a part of COMTO, Colorado and COMTO as a whole is to have a seat at the table for this small companies, small businesses and individuals to have a voice on a national platform. COMTO is doing big things. You know, we have leaders, our national folks that are part of the president-elect's transition team for transportation-related matters. So it's important when you look at our CEO of national and one of our CEOs of another organization being recognized and having a voice on that platform. So at that level, it's paramount.
Yeah, it's definitely amazing. It's amazing the importance of having not only COMTO members be involved in the transition team, but really the head executive of COMTO being selected to participate on the transition team. It lets you know the influence of the organization. So it's definitely. You've been involved in COMTO over some time, again, with your company, but those individuals or smaller, large businesses that have chosen not yet to join the organization, what's the one or two things that you can state to encourage a prospective member to actually help join the COMTO Colorado chapter?
I will echo with a lot of the previous folks that have spoken on the podcast today, that it's a family and it affords us the opportunity to make those connections and be a part of projects and just being a part of an organization that is highly respected and highly regarded, recognized on a national, now international level with having our new Toronto chapter and coming out of Canada. It's connected to a lot of transportation agencies where our voices are heard. We're heard at the legislative levels. We have an opportunity to have a voice on the Hill in Washington, D.C. about those very critical transportation matters that affect us all across the country. So become a part of it so that your voice can be heard. And again, so that you can have a seat at the table. That's what I would encourage folks to do. So.
Absolutely. Well, that's great advice for any prospective members. You heard it here from a past president of the importance and the value of participating in an organization. So you cannot get that anywhere else where you have direct access to businesses, individuals, and other professionals in the industry, and having true influence at the highest levels of government. So well put. Lachelle, I appreciate your time. Thank you very much. Appreciate your service. I appreciate your sponsorship and look forward to your continued partnership over the coming years. And I just want to wish you happy holidays to you and your family, and look forward to working together soon to continue to advance what you have really established here as such a great chapter. So thank you for your service.
Thank you so much, Julius, and you're doing a wonderful job. I appreciate you greatly. So thank you.
Appreciate that. Thank you. Happy holidays from COMTO, Colorado. Did you look at the camera?
No.
Okay, let's do it again. Let's do it again. Right there. Okay. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Happy holidays from COMTO, Colorado.
So join today. The Learning and Earning Annex is a space for training and networking opportunities to help our members build, organize, learn, and earn their way to a great transportation career. Thanks sincerely. We're signing off.